Are you stuck in a situationship and need some clarity? We're going to do a you and them reading, one spread for you, one spread for them. To unpick this, these are available for your personal situation. They're on sale at 18 quid for this version. There is a fully loaded version as well at 40. Same day guaranteed recorded. Right, anyway. So before we start, you get a little bit of a talking to when it comes to situationships. Now, just to clarify first off, a situationship is not a relationship that's gone south. A situationship is something that's never got off the ground. You might have been talking for a while. You might have even bumped uglies a few times, but then it kind of goes ghost adventures, the excuses start, etc., etc., etc. Okay. Now, you need to hear this. Okay, this is what you need to hear to break this, because situationships are bull. An absolute load of bull, right? When somebody's interested in you, they come forwards. They want to talk to you. They want to see you as much as possible. They want to talk about your past, so they know your triggers and your trauma, but not so they can use it to manipulate you. They want to talk about the future. They want to make plans. They don't leave you on red. They don't come up with every excuse under the sun to why they've not been in contact. They don't, use kids as an excuse or distance as an excuse. They want to see you, right? Now, this is the part that you need to hear, but it does sting. So brace yourself. The sad fact is they're just not that into you, and you need to accept that. Okay? Now, there's lots of reasons why, people behave this way, but the most common ones is that they've not done their healing. They're still carrying wounds and trauma, okay, and they need to face that, okay? In which case, they're not ready for a relationship. Once they do their healing and work on that trauma, they're going to be a different person. So they're not going to be looking for some sap who's going to take on somebody who's going to wait around like you're doing now. The second is that, they're just playing you, and they're just wanting to get the leg over and have an ego rub. The third is that they're not quite sure if they want a relationship or not. Now, they don't target people who are also in the same boat because they've got very fragile egos. And if that person treated them the way they're treating you, it would destroy them. So they target people looking for long term. That way, if it works out and they do fall in love, great. If not, they can dip in and out. Okay. Now, you need to take some accountability for yourself as well, because the longer that you put up with this, wait around, the longer it's putting off your real chances of love. Second off, you need to question, are you ready for a relationship? Because this would indicate that you don't know your worth and value. Okay. Now, for me, nobody should be in a relationship unless they can turn around and say, I would rather pass away on my own than deal with any more silly behavior. Okay. Right. So anyway, we're going to get on with the reading. So we're going to start with you, and we'll see what the crack is. Situationship based collective, please, cards. Right. Right, okay, so it looks like this collective, they've kind of got their head screwed on at least a little bit. Right, so Two of Cups in the reverse. Cups, water, emotions. Upright position. This is my favourite card. I'm a Taurus. I'm ruled by Venus. I love love. This is Divine Counterparts card to getting married. What we want in a love connection is these two in the upright. Okay, it's in the reverse position. Fallout, friction, separation. In this case, I think that you're actually questioning, I don't think that this person's my person. Maybe I've got this wrong. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Pentacles, earth, money, finance, non-financial wealth. That's what we're investing our time, efforts, and energies in. Upright position, we call this guy the banker. He's the investment card of the investment suit. So in the reverse position, it's not saving and investing in yourself. The other way we can go is he's got the pentacle over his heart chakra there. Okay, so in the upright position, closed off. Reverse position, starting to open up that heart chakra and that heart space. Right, we then got the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune for me talks about either the energy around us or the way we're thinking about things. Now, if this is you realizing this person's not your person and starting to open up that heart space, then better things are going to start coming in for you. You're going to start noticing more flow. The other way we can go is that you're questioning, is this my person, but you're still not investing in yourself, and you might have slipped into some toxic positive thinking. If I just think they're my person, they'll change. They'll do their healing and come back. Twin flames are BS, right? Let's break that quickly. right? If everything's a mirror, okay, and a twin flame is the other half of your soul, then why is it that the feminine waits and the masculine runs? Because that's what you're in a mirror, is it? They're karmic. Twin flames don't exist. Right. Right, okay. 3 of swords in the reverse. Swords are where we think words we use. Upright position, we call this the heartbreak card for obvious reasons. Now, although it's the heartbreak card, it's swords, so it's often the way we think about things. So in the reverse position, this is starting to do some release. 7 of cups in the reverse. Cups, water, emotions. You're the shadowy figure there. Big cloud out the cloud. 7 cups. Out of every cup, there's something different. It talks about abundance of opportunities on an emotional level. It can talk about your manifestations and your wish fulfillment, so I don't want to go that far. It's in the reverse position. The universe wants to provide you with abundance when it comes to love, but you're not ready yet, okay? Overall outcome card. 8 of cups in the reverse. Cups, water, emotions. You're the figure there walking away, leaving the 8 cups behind, disconnecting from something on an emotional level that no longer serves us. You're holding on. You're holding on to this. Yeah, but there's that weird energetic thing. That's BS. Doesn't work like that, right? Obstacles or blockages. 5 of wands in the reverse. Wands, fire, action. Upright position. This is the fight or fallout card. Can talk about frustration. It's in the reverse position. The obstacle or blockage here is if you give up on the fight for yourself to break free of this. Removing any blockages. 9 of swords in the reverse. Swords are where we think words we use. You're the person in bed, head in your hands, crying. It talks about periods of stress, sleepless nights, symptoms, depression. The swords here represent a ladder. Change the mindset, climb the ladder. That's what you've been asked to do. It's okay to be sad that you feel a bit played here. So it starts off good, right? But for whatever reason, you're not disconnecting, right? So you're starting to realize this person's not my person. And I feel like you're starting to open up your heart space to new opportunities. That's going to shift the energy in the wheel of fortune. You're going to go, right, I need to release this person. I need to let it go. But I feel like because there's not any other opportunities catching your eye at the moment, you go, maybe they are. Maybe I ought to wait around. Okay, that's the worst thing you can do. Right, so let's go on to them. Let's give you some clarity here. And hopefully this will be enough to convince you it's time to exit stage left. Right, so let's have a look what's going off with them. Right, okay. I think that this person has already taken a step back. I think this is probably no contact, if I'm honest with you. Right, so temperance card. So the temperance card for me is the alignment card. It's when our mind, body, soul's all in alignment. We know who we are, what we want, where we're going. You'll also notice the angels pouring in its own cups. So it talks about periods of self-love, self-care, self-healing. Ace of swords. Swords are where we think words we use. Ace is bringing in new energy, not starting something new. So this is about going, right, long term, I need to change my mindset on the situation. Okay. The problem is Fool in the reverse. So the Fool's the very first card in the tarot deck. The Fool isn't a fool. The Fool is called a fool because he gets his bag, little bumpy dog down at the bottom, goes off wandering, leap of faith card. Starting a brand new cycle. There's a resistance to do that. Cammy, yeah, which one are we going for? Right, 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. Pentacles, earth, money, finance, non-financial wealth again. So we've got the 2 homeless figures here trudging through the snow. One at the front's looking down, little Timmy on his crutches looking up. Christ almighty, what we're going to do here, left out in the cold. Some sneaky pagans put the pentacles in the stained glass window of the church there. 9:09 on the timer. The idea is they lift the head above the situation, see the church there, go inside, be offered some support. It's in the reverse position. So they're feeling kind of left out in the cold. They know that they need to ask for a bit of help or guidance, but whether or not they're going to do that is another thing. Sun card in the reverse. So the Sun card's the very first card in the tarot. No, it's not. That's full. The Sun card's the most positive card in the tarot deck. It means the birth of something new. It's fixed card, so this person will get their happy relationship eventually, but it's on hold at the moment because they're just not asking for that help to break free. Overall outcome cards. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so knights don't have the knowledge or experience of the kings and the queens more so than the pages. More about forward motion. This knight's coming forward and offering the pentacle. It's in the reverse position. I feel it's more to do with them not coming forwards to ask for some kind of help. And when I say to help, I'm not talking about like mental health support or anything along those lines. I mean, it could be, because it could be about changing the mindset, but yeah, it feels more in regard to kind of discussing this with somebody, not with you, with somebody else, right? Obstacles or blockages. This is often advice for you, because obviously I'm not reading for them. Three of Swords in the reverse. So yeah, you know that you need to do this release, but it's a different thing going from 3 to 10, starting a new cycle. Final card, removing any blockages. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So we call this guy the apprentice. You're the chap on the bench there banging away at the pentacles. He knows he's not a master of his skill yet, but he's happy to go through that process. Reverse position is when we're grinding away, getting frustrated. All this is going to do is frustrate you. I feel like this person isn't ready for a connection. They're carrying some kind of trauma. They're carrying something that needs healing, and they're starting to do that. But they realise I need to change my mindset. I feel like the holding off on taking a leap of faith is going to go and get that help, because, like I said it don't think it's mental health. It could very well be. They might need talking therapy. They might need neuro-linguistic programming, whatever the situation is, and they're avoiding that. They're not ready to get the help. Okay, you're starting to realise this person's not my person, but when it comes to the crunch, you're not wanting to disconnect them. I can tell you now, this person's not your person. Okay, they've got a lot of work to do. And like I say, once they've done that, which can take years, okay, they'll be a different person. So it's not worth it. This person is not your person. Lady Sky agrees. If you want personalised reading, link top of the profile, 18 quid, winter sale. We can unpick it for you. Ta-ta.